People in here, just one bus. So in the afternoon, they were sitting up there. The whole dining hall was empty. Woman was going around with her camera, taking pictures all around. She was over here, and she thought something was wrong with her camera, so she got up and went around, took pictures, and came back because she wanted to get the full dining hall. The first time she was there, her visor had a line through it. The second time, she screamed. Her friend and I thought maybe she fell and got hurt or something. So everybody went running over there, and in her visor, it came out into human form, and that was right here.
What do you mean her visor?
Your screen, your little screen on your...
Taking a camera?
Yeah, on your camera. It came out into a human shape. That line that was in the middle of her camera the first time was there when she came back, but it came out into the human shape, and everybody saw it. Everybody, and this is listed as one of the most haunted colleges in Maryland. St. Joseph's College before the government bought it.
This room that's now the cafeteria was the morgue? Yes,
morgue and the infirmary.
So do these apparitions only appear at night?
Yeah, but they do things during the day.
They like what?
Well, they move things, you know, and like you turn off the dining hall light. There's a small dining hall on the other side. You turn off the dining hall light, and the light keeps coming on. And the light goes down and clicks and moves over, and the thing keeps coming back on. And when the kids are here, it's like they rouse them because they're nuns. Most of them are nuns, I think.
Most of the apparitions are nuns.
I think, yeah. And what you do is you see them out of your things out of your peripheral vision. I've never seen, other than St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, I've never seen one full force. But we set the alarms, and there's only one alarm left to set here, and that's the one we set when we leave. Well, all the alarms are set. Nobody's in this building. The doors open and shut all the time here. You know, they move things. The ladies will be baking, and a lot of times knives get moved, utensils get moved. You lay something down, and it's over here. You have it moved from your spot. So this is your favorite tool when you use it. Everybody's had that happen. Everyone in here.
Could it be a prankster?
No, because it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody, and it happens when no one's in here.
So now there are also dormitories on this campus.
Yes.
And so is it only here, or is it over there as well?
No. There's the modern dormitories. There's no action because everything that's here happened during the Civil War mostly. You know, or pre-Civil War. The graves of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton and all the nuns are right over here. So they live next door. That is the corporate headquarters of the Daughter of Charities next door.
Yeah.
They own this whole valley. This valley was called St. Joseph's Valley, and they're all buried over here. So I used to work over there, and you would hear stories all the time. I worked in the daytime over there, but you would hear the nurses and the nuns all talk about seeing them walk the property.
The nuns?
Yeah. The nuns would see the ones that have passed walk the property. And the nurses that take care of them.
Wow.
See it. And that's very common. And all up in this area, there's lots of stories.
Does it get worse with like the phases of the moon? I mean, I don't mean to be...
I never really even thought about it. I'll have to pay attention to that. I never thought about it.
Now tell me, is it just stories to keep the place interesting and people coming back?
Well,
how can you not be terrified of this and keep working here?
It creeps you out, but you don't really think about it because you're busy in your job. Right. But it creeps you out. You know, like one night they were really active after the kids were in here, and I got out of here. I said, heck with this, I'll do this tomorrow.
Well,
because there's more activity than I ever seen. You know, she scares you.
Anyone ever here? Okay, have you seen like
the other manager, none of the managers will stay in here at night by themselves as late as I do.
Okay, have you seen a chair being moved or any object?
No, I haven't ever seen it move, but there's been lots of incidents of things happening, and there's no explanation.
Come in the morning and things are...
Right. Things, you know, papers like about 2 months ago, we have a big corkboard on in the back, and there's lots of papers on that, and there's no air.
No air?
There's no air, there's no wind, there's no fan, there's nothing.
No window.
And they just started blowing like crazy. Just like a big wind kept blowing through the place. It just kept on and kept on. And you know, and I didn't really think much about it.
So what do you do? Do you like say little prayers? Do you like
I'm a good
bless
person.
the past? Wait a minute now. I may not be a good person. So what? Should I leave? I mean,
See a knife dangling over your head right there.
that's not the knives I'm worried about.
Well, let me tell you about E-Building. E-Building is an old building too, you know, that was built pre-Civil War. And it's all now offices of the bright, college-educated.
Yeah.
No one stays in that building after dark. No one. Because everybody sees stuff. So no one stays in that building after dark.
Well,
So
I
there's...
should send my Irish friend there. He does these coach chasing stuff. He really is into it. He's really into it.
Wow.
You know, I believe that there's angels and I believe the things, but I'm not a fanatic about it. But I'll tell you one thing. You stay here long enough...
I'm sorry. I didn't get your name.
Kathleen.
Kathleen, if I worked at a place like that, I would hand in my resignations within a week and go, yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Just hoping to have contact.
No, it's not even that.
Okay, and that brings up a really good question. Is it only the Civil War? Has it been anybody like that in your family that has passed on that has come?
It has something to do with this place. It's either
Of what happened here?
Nuns. I think it's nuns, but I'm not sure.
Nuns are going to hurt you.
Oh yeah, they do. I went to Catholic school. They smack you around.
Yeah.
I always said, after I figured out what it was, I said, because I'm always doing accounting, you know, and I said, they're just waiting for me to make mistakes so they can smack me around a little bit, you know.
When did you put that on mine out?
No, this place is very famous. It's listed as one of the most haunted colleges in the United States.
And you're not making all this up just to scare a little boy like me.
No, ask Patrick. Ask anybody. They're here. They do all kinds of stuff. Now tonight, because the kids were here, they'll be a little lively, I think. But I'm leaving, so I don't care. I'm going to leave when everybody else leaves tonight.
But they don't do it while the kids are here.
They don't.
Wouldn't happen because the lights are on.
You know, even if they did, I think there's so much noise you wouldn't even notice. You know, because when I hear them, it's usually quiet, and you hear it's like I'm on the other side of the door, and two people are talking on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
And you can never understand what they're saying.
Never. But you know, lots of things happen here in this area. Lots and lots of deaths.
In the Civil War, kind of.
Yeah. So, you know, we're only 10 miles from Gettysburg.
Yeah.
You know, and the Civil War, I mean, not the Civil War, but Gettysburg was fought here on this property. You know, there's a story from the nuns over here, it's in their history, where the night before Gettysburg, they had federal troops camped here, and they asked them to leave, and they wouldn't leave. And the nuns prayed all night, and in the morning, they got up, and all those thousands of troops had left. So there's a shrine on their property over here to that fact, you know, that they left. But what happened is they became an infirmary, you know, to help take care of all the ones that were so badly injured, and so many died here. So this place is well documented. The chapel, the guards hate to go in because you have to make rounds, you know, at night, and somebody follows them around.
Somebody follows them around.
Yep. There's a ghost that follows them around. They hear the footsteps all the time. They hate it. It creeps them out.
Echo. I could just claim that on Echo. No?
Everybody hears it, you know.
Everybody would hear an echo.
No, it's not an echo.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to play it down, but you're saying college educated, you know, and people who think rather than... And so I'm trying to come up with a logical explanation for anything you...
You know, I know what I hear, and I know that there's some sort of entity here. Definitely. There's a lot of... And it's not just here on this campus. It's in this whole area. You know, the Appalachian Trail runs through here. A lot of battles, a lot of lives were lost. A lot of really awful tragedies happened in this area. So there's a lot of things, a lot of unhappy people died unnecessarily during that battle. So, did they tell you about the bridge over at Gettysburg?
No, we haven't. No, we just got here.
You haven't been to Gettysburg yet?
No, we just got here.
Wait, are you doing the ghost tour tonight?
Yes.
I'm not telling you.
Okay, fine.
I'm not going to tell you. Oh, come on. I hope they tell you.
I'm sure they will. Well, that's fine, though. But anything that they may not say. I mean, actually, I'm much more interested in your personal experiences than the stories you might have heard of That's what interests me. That's why I asked you to come over.
This place is fun. A lot of us had personal experience in this joint. Yeah.
And people before you?
Yeah. Yeah. And people that are still here.
Wait a minute. Has anybody quit because of it? Just sudden.
So nobody feels
Like the
threatened.
young manager, the little dark-haired manager that's here, Patrick, he will not stay in here late like I do because of the creepy stuff that happens. He is scared to stay in here. When the staff goes out the door, Patrick goes right with them. He never stays in here late because it scared him to bed one night. So there's a lot of stuff here. But you know, you don't sense it. It's the weirdest thing. I'm not afraid to be in a building alone. I've always had to do it. I'm not afraid of that. I don't care how big the building is, how old or anything. And every day, it's the same thing. But you don't even think about it until you get to feel it and you hear it. I mean, I'm not sitting here waiting for them to show up.
Yeah.
But they don't show up every day. Who cares? You know, it's not like forefront in my mind at all. But then when they do show up, you get a sensation that's very, very odd.
And they never follow you home.
No. Nobody wants to go home with me. Not even ghosts. No, these are here. They're here.
Wow.
A lot of people see them.
Well, thank you.
And there's a grove of oak trees over here that was a spiritual ground for the Indians. And there's lots of stories. I've never been over there, so I can't say for myself. But there's lots of stories of different things happening over there. You know, anybody goes in that circle.
Stories, are they documented anywhere?
I don't know who does that.
Hearsay, yeah? Just passed on.
Well, what I know, what I'm telling you is what I know.
Yeah, right.
What I experienced.
That's what I want to
I've been here.
hear.
In
Yeah,
7 to 8 years I've been here. This is what's happened since I've been here. But I don't know what anybody else has done, you know. But they always, you know, the girls, lots of things get moved, you know. And you said like it could be jokesters, but when you're the only person in here, you know, and you're a cook and it's your favorite utensil, and you're standing there and you haven't moved from your workstation and the darn thing's over here, you know, sitting over on another table, and you know darn well you haven't walked away, you know, so it's just ghosts. My daughter lives on the Appalachian Trail, and they see all the people up there see the people dressed in the Civil War uniforms and the old, you know, clothes walking the trail up there. Very famous. She lives right on the trail. Her property backs right to the trail. And sometimes there's more activity than others. You know, they go a long time, months and months and months, not hear or see anything. And then all of a sudden there'll be a lot of activity. And no one really knows why, but it just is. See, in California, nothing's haunted. Not enough history.
Well,
No.
yeah.
The Winchester House.
Yeah, Winchester House.
Is that the one with all the stairs?
Yeah.